The 2016 LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series Assault on Hoth was not supposed to be the 2016 Ultimate Collector Series Assault on Hoth. Set 75098 was one of LEGO's biggest flops, one of the most hated LEGO Star Wars sets upon its reveal. It received what is perhaps the most negative feedback of any LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series set ever released. What made UCS Hoth so bad? Let's find out. To figure out why this set was so hated, we have to start from the beginning. This set was plagued with a myriad of issues, none of which we actually know what they are, but in an interview, LEGO designers did confirm that this set was indeed delayed.
But the reason was that at the time when we developed the model, it was postponed for several reasons.
On top of the fact that they have publicly said it was delayed, we also have some breadcrumbs that we can kind of pick up on that would lead us to believe that the set was delayed. In the instruction manual, it actually states that in the previous year, an AT-AT was released. However, in fact, if that were to be the case, this set would have had to have been released in 2015 because there was an AT-AT released in the summer of 2014. This set wasn't released until May 1st, 2016. Another interesting and small thing to pick up on is that the image of the designer shows him with a couple of early 2015 sets in front of him. Usually, if they were going to put sets in there, they would be a little bit more current. Those sets, by the time this set was actually released, would have been damn near retired. And the third and perhaps most interesting breadcrumb is the fact that this set was leaked about a year prior to its release. On July 31st, 2015, the official LEGO YouTube channel uploaded a video titled Battle of Hoth LEGO Star Wars Episode 11 2015 mini-movie. This video featured what at the time we didn't know for sure, but had been rumored to be coming, the UCS Hoth set in its entirety. So we are a full 9 months before release getting to see a LEGO Star Wars UCS set, which is something that doesn't happen. And with this giant goof, LEGO accidentally revealed the set early. An interesting part of this video, though, is that the UCS Hoth set as we know it is being attacked by what at the time was an available set, the AT-AT Walker. That set was released on August 1st, 2014, and didn't retire until December 1st, 2015. Therefore, when this video was released, July 31st, 2015, the AT-AT would have still been on shelves, and that's why this video makes sense in that context. And that was the first major issue with the UCS Assault on Hoth. It was all timing, and the timing for this set just didn't work. The second issue for this set has a lot to do with the name. The set is officially titled Assault on Hoth. More like Assault on My Wallet, am I right? But calling what's happening in this set an assault is blatantly incorrect. Here's what the designers had to say about their thought process behind the set being called Assault on Hoth.
You can question how much of an assault is it when you only have two guys attacking. But the reason was that at the time when we developed the model, it was postponed for several reasons. But we were originally going to launch it at the same time where we still had the AT-AT and other sets from Hoth. So you were able to actually make this huge assault on Hoth. But because the set was postponed, suddenly that strategy kind of fell apart.
So in order to have this $250 LEGO set fulfill its full potential and make good on the promise made in the name of the set on the box as an assault on Hoth, LEGO intended for you to spend an additional $110 on an AT-AT set to create a true assault on Hoth. The name of this set was one of the biggest issues I believe people had with it. This set is as much an assault on Hoth as the 2007 version of the Hoth Echo Base, where it also included 2 snowtroopers. If the name had been something as simple as Hoth Echo Base, maybe it would have gone over much better. Another issue with the naming of this set is applying the UCS, or Ultimate Collector Series moniker to it. It's something that collectors, myself included, feel very strongly about. UCS, as LEGO has shown over the last 20 years of LEGO Star Wars, has generally meant a very large and displayable, usually vehicle type set that is accurate to what you see in the movie. movies. And in light of UCS Hoth's failure, LEGO has done a better job of distinguishing between what is UCS and what is not, going so far as to call the Betrayal at Cloud City set that came out about 2 years after the UCS Hoth set a MBS set, Master Builder Series, a name designated for larger playset style sets like this that are direct to consumer but aren't quite a displayable style UCS set that most fans have come to know and love. And there's nothing wrong with that. In short, this is UCS, this is not.
Hi, I'm Hans, a LEGO Star Wars model designer.
And I'm Paul, a LEGO graphic designer.
Yeah, and together we worked on our latest LEGO Star Wars Collector Series model, Assault on Hoth. We have a lookout here. Actually, we don't see this lookout in the movie, but it's a detail we took from the Rebel base on Yavin. They have these kind of lookouts, and so we designers thought it would be a good addition for this Hoth set, even though it's maybe a little bit cold up here.
Unfortunately for Hans and his fellow designers, making additions like this to Ultimate Collector Series sets are generally unwelcome. While I do agree with him, I actually think it does make quite a nice addition. When you have a set like this under the name UCS, consumers expect a very accurate and coherent model. This set really suffered in those categories. The first and maybe most noticeable issue people had with it was the shield generator. On Hoth, the actual shield generator has 4 different sections to it. This version in the Ultimate Collector Series set, mind you, includes 3 different sections, which is notably one short of the actual in-universe version of that build. That is quite frankly unacceptable for an Ultimate Collector Series set, which is supposed to be the top tier of LEGO Star Wars sets, the most accurate you can get. Funnily enough, in 2019, LEGO released a small series of action battle sets, and one of these sets was a little Hoth set. It included a shield generator, and surprisingly, it was more accurate than the UCS model. Another major inaccuracy flaw with this set came on the ion cannon. Many people were not very pleased with the backside of the ion cannon being completely open and exposed. Just not a very displayable look. One of my biggest issues with this set for being an Ultimate Collector Series set is the Hoth Wampa Cave. The Wampa literally cannot fit through the entrance to his own cave. If that doesn't sum this set up for a lot of people in one sentence, I don't know what does. As for how coherent the build was, compared to every other UCS set, it wasn't. You had multiple sections that just did not attach to the main base build, as well as a couple of sections that kind of floated on and off depending on your personal desire. And while this is great for a playset, it didn't fit the UCS moniker. There were some really great memes and infographics showing sets put together that essentially made this set from years past of LEGO Star Wars. This set truly is a conglomerate of what could have been multiple different LEGO Star Wars sets, and that's a direction I think that would have been much better served for something like this, something that we actually see with the Ninjago Summer 2020 line, where you have like 5 or 6 different sets that you can buy them all, or you can just buy one and they stand alone just fine, but if you buy them all, you can kind of create this giant scenery. And to me, that's what this Hoth set should have been. They should have separated it, released them all in the same wave, and I think it would have been a lot cooler in that way. But I can see why at the time they thought it would be a cool idea to put everything together, and I still don't necessarily find this to be a bad set, and we're getting to that. Another huge advantage of releasing the set separately as opposed to together for an all-in-one $250 package is that people couldn't look at it and think it's too expensive. $250 for a giant Assault on Hoth feels like a ripoff, especially given the name of the set. You look at the set and you feel like they're skimping out on you on the Imperial side. In fact, you don't just feel it, it is it. They are skimping out on you on the Imperial side. Perhaps they could have included a small ATST to help make that up, but that didn't happen. I think $250 was just too much for the set. Looking back to a year like 2007, where you had the $50 Rebel base alongside the motorized AT-AT, that altogether, if you wanted to buy both, would have cost you a mere $180. And albeit the builds are smaller, they're different, less minifigs and everything, but I think LEGO just really reached too far with the pricing if you wanted to have everything to create a true Assault on Hoth. And all of that may leave you wondering, could this have all been avoided? Could we not be talking about this very set in this very video today because LEGO could have made one small change that might have saved the entire set? In my opinion, yes, there were a couple of things they could have done to save face in this case. First off, they could have changed the name of the set. Assault on Hoth simply doesn't fit what you get in the box. I don't see how it would have been terribly difficult to have changed the name, given that their original strategy clearly wasn't going to work out when they found out they had to delay the release of the set. Changing the name would have given people a different perspective on what LEGO was trying to sell to them. Secondly, and perhaps the most important one to me personally, would have been to not call it an Ultimate Collector Series set, because it simply isn't. LEGO perhaps didn't realize that fans might actually care about it, and it actually ended up probably hurting the sales of this set. Their third option would have been to extend the availability of the AT-AT. It did retire in December of 2015, but they could have kept it on shelves for another year. It wouldn't have hurt too bad, could it? But I think an AT-AT is a popular enough vehicle in the Star Wars universe, and especially knowing you are about to release a giant Hoth playset that might boost the sales of something like an AT-AT, and they may together help each other's waters rise, to keep the set out for an additional year on top of its planned release. I don't know what exactly goes into the decision to retire certain sets, but it seemed like this would have been a special enough case for LEGO to extend the availability period for the AT-AT an extra year. With all of that said, in my heart of hearts, I don't truly believe the Assault on Hoth set is a bad set. I believe there were a few major mistakes, I'll give it that really hurt the set, but I honestly think the ion cannon is a really neat first-time build with an awesome dual fire function. The trench build is one of the most accurate we've seen and is really nice with the cannons on top of it. And the door for the Hoth base is incredible. It's easily the best Hoth base door we've ever gotten. It's one of 3 actually at this point, but it is drop dead gorgeous. They did a great job making it look like a snowy environment, and the door looks amazing in black. It opens and closes like a breeze, and I couldn't say anything better about the actual door and its mechanism. So could LEGO have made UCS Hoth better with some simple changes? Yes, but ultimately it may not be as bad as a lot of people say it is, but there must have been some unfortunate series of events that led to it getting delayed, obviously missing the time frame when it would have been on shelves with an AT-AT, and then there were some very weird design choices made that made it inaccurate to what we saw on the screen in some areas. This is the first of a new style of video for me, so if you guys have any critiques or criticisms for this type of video, let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see something similar done on another set or group of LEGO Star Wars sets or whatever the case may be, let me know that as well, because I would definitely like to do more videos like this and continue to improve on what this is. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.